This is my audience. This is Pastor Joe. This is Donna. This is Barbara. Pastor Joe is going to interpret for Barbara. Tracy and Tammy and my dad, Ken. Does anyone know what I played?
Entertainment.
Close, The Entertainer.
Entertainment. The Paul Newman one.
I was trying to see a movie.
Very good.
Sing.
Now, the piano has definitely overcome many different phases, definitely lots of inventions of the piano. The piano was definitely special, the newest invention. It was invented in the Mozart time period. And it was different because there was a lot of plucking instruments, keyboarded instruments with strings. The newest version of this is the piano. It has hammer instead of plucking of the strings. That's what made the piano so special. So if you would like to come over and watch, it's up to you.
I'll take the word for it.
When you look down here, there's hammers. And when I play, you can see them plucking the strings. The invention of the modern piano was created by Bartolomeo Cristofori. He lived from 1655 to 1731 from Italy. He was a worker of the Grand Prince of Tuscany as the keeper of the stringed instruments and any instruments in general. And he became well acquainted with these keyboarded instruments. So, if you look at my music that I just played, there's two different signs at the top of the measure. This one is the treble clef. It is higher. It's played in the higher register of the piano. This is middle C right here, and everything up here is the treble clef. Down here is the bass clef, and that's from middle C, again, down. The clef is also used to signify the pitch of the note. And when you play the piano, there's a lot of different components to it. You have to sit properly. You have to have your neck relaxed. You have to sit a little bit more than slightly between the middle of the piano and wherever your back is. Your elbow should be at a proper height. Should be at the same length as the bottom of the keyboard. And your wrist should be curled. So some basic chords that you might want to look at is the C chord. Everything is run by middle C. Your fingers should also be curled instead of flat. This would be poor etiquette. This is proper etiquette of piano. So a C chord, a D chord, and an E chord, an F chord, a G chord, and an A chord, and a B chord. And we're back at C. Does anybody have any questions about the piano?
What are the pedals for?
That's a good question. Thank you. Going back to the hammers, the pedal is used to dampen instead of. So when the hammer strikes the string of the keyboard or the piano, sometimes you can have this pedal in the middle that is used to make it sound very soft. And when you use this pedal, the furthermost to the right, it's used to make it sound longer. It's used to prolong the sound. This pedal, I think, is just an extra one. I do not know the significance of the third pedal, and I've asked many people, and they don't really know either. My piano at home is the same way.
The old piano, that was the
Any
most
other
quiet.
questions?
Well, the first one we had, it needed quiet.
Yes. You have different keys. You're playing different keys. The piano is flat. You see some people, the top comes up and the keys are horizontal. So does it sound the same when the strings are horizontal versus vertical?
There's horizontal strings and vertical strings. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
They sound a tiny bit different, but it doesn't have too much of a different sound. It's just a little bit of a thicker cord or cable wire. And the pedal is a little bit heavier and a little longer, and it creates a harder force when it is played. Any other questions? Thank you so much.
Are we done?
How long have you been practicing?
I started taking lessons when I was in kindergarten, and I stopped lessons in 7th grade, and I definitely regret it because I would be a lot better than I am now.
Good job.
Do short people like you need a special bench?
Thanks, Dad. No, but there are actual things that you can put on the piano if there are vertically challenged people. There's actual little pedals that people have built, and it's a peg and a flat top, and instead of pushing the pedal, you push the peg. Any other questions? Thank you so much for being my audience.